You know, we used to hear that in the days before that people would go for something like a consultation to see if these two people who are trying to get married, if they really align. This is what it is. Those things were real, but it doesn't necessarily have to entail you today in 2026 going to sit at a shrine or going to have somebody to do divinity or to do some future seeing for you. I don't know how they do that, right? But I can tell you that it is a gift that is available to some of us, those of us who have decided to be real and authentic. And you as well can also have that gift, but you have to get to that level of realness and authenticity. I laugh at people in my interactions with people. Sometimes I will say to somebody who I am very, very close to and I can actually talk to very freely, I will say, you know, our relationship is this way and that way, and this is how it is going to work, that is how it is not going to work. Sometimes some people will look at me and they say, but how do you know that? And I'll say, let us watch it and see, you know, and I smile because I know that my authenticity enables me to have this gift. And this is why every time that we have a relationship, whatever is playing out in that relationship is according to our own being. It is according to who we are. That is the result that is going to play out in the relationship that we have. So the best thing for you to do is to know that, to understand that when you're finding yourself surprised in any relationship, even when you're working hard, you know you have done everything, I just want to remind you that everything that you have done is only external. These are just acts. That is why efforts can never make relationship work. Presentation of a person like this young lady now, you can see all those things will never tell you who a person really is. You know that you may be dealing with a person who appears good on paper, but internally you're dealing with a madman. So do not make your relationship judgments based on what you're seeing on the external. You need to pipe down. See, the principle of whatever we sow, we will reap always remains true. If you go and sow on rocky ground, you are not going to reap fruits that are very healthy. And that is why our relationships turn out the way they do. If we sow on rocky ground, we will reap relationships that are not healthy, not smooth. I hope with this has opened your eyes just a little bit. You have to really pipe down. When you find that it looks like you have made an error in judgment, it is not necessarily that you didn't see right. You saw everything that you saw, but it is because you haven't reached that level of awareness. I invite you to come in so that I can give you some training on awareness and how to begin to get there by yourself, because this is the only way that you can have relationships where you are at rest. That is why I say all the time, relationships are not difficult. It is that people are approaching relationships from the wrong lenses. And with that, I wish you love. See you in my next video.